for this assembly, you will need a number 3 Allen key, or that's what it's labeled, and 2 electronic screwdrivers. If you have a plastic prior, then you'll only need 1 cross screwdriver. First, unscrew the 2 main nuts on the right side of the gun. After removing the grip, take off the weights. And notice that we have finally unlocked 3 main screws. These 3 main screws unlock the base. Remove the next grip. Now by doing so, it allows us to have a better understanding of the gun. Now here, we're going to pry the barrel open in order for us to unscrew the 2 main screws that hinders the cylinder or stops the cylinder from sliding over. This is what I mean by cylinder. This is what allows the air to push the bullet out of the muzzle.
Base of it. So make sure to unscrew it like so. And then now that you're done with the other side, you can head over here. And it's up to you if you wanna put it back in and then pry this one instead. In some cases, if it's too hard to pry open or it's too hard to have your screws get in there, use a thumb. Use your thumb. Level this gun. And now that you're done, let's unscrew the rest of the gun here. So here we got another. If it's off, take it off. So we got 3 screws on hidden on the cylinder, and then particularly 4 screws on the base. Though I would like to warn you that if you're going to pry this open, you're going to have to be careful about this cylinder over here. Like so over here. As you can see, it will get caught on like this. So as much as possible, if you're going to pry it open, leave it like so. Or try to unscrew first the top two screws. Let's unscrew the top 2 screws first. Now that we're done with the first 2 screws, the only screws that we have intact is the bottom and the 2 bottom screws. Now we're going to try and pry it. Alright, so let's see if this works. Oh, by the way, please don't forget to put that thing down. Okay, so here you can see, yeah, it's already opening up. And there we go, we got this thing up. And then I'm going to hold my thumb over here. And then, just little by little, oh my gosh, I pressed the trigger. There. Finally. So in this part here, notice that there's a spring. Yeah, and make sure that the cylinder, the clutch mechanism, isn't tightly squeezed between the base. So what you're gonna do is that make sure that you can move it aside. If you can move it, if you can move it, that's great. If you can't, be gentle with it. Okay? Be gentle with it. Okay, here, see that there? That's the base. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna try and look at that. It's clutched over this part here. It's tight between these 2 parts. So what you're going to do is that in order for you to take it off, you can't take it off, you can't take it off like that. No, what you're going to do is that you're going to put it back down. Pull to the point where like, since it's wedged out, pull it like so, and then there you will have disassembled your main base. There you go. You're going to, in the event that everything pops up, you're going to put it back in. Make sure to be gentle. By the way, always be gentle with your gun. For me, I have 2 guns. One is broken, so I could have practiced it. And the other one is my main gun, which is, I don't mind buying another one though, since it's really that cheap and it has really good performance, to be honest. The accuracy of the gun, I'll give it an 8 over 10. It's part accurate sometimes. It's accurate, but probably it's because of my hands shaking. That's why some of the accuracy is off. But I'll still give it an 8 over 10. Okay, there we go. Alright, so here is the base of the gun. We get the cylinder intact. That's the mechanism. So the mechanism of this is that this thing pulls basically this thing pulls the thing. It's kind of hard. This is supposed to be pulled up by the spring. Let me just open this up here. Alright, so actually, get open it. There we go. Okay, so this is the magazine trigger, and then there. So from this point on, we have a few springs. We have in the base we got 2 springs. Sorry about that. We got 1. This is the first spring. This allows the mechanism to spring up and down. That's 1 spring, and the next is this other spring. Yeah. Now notice this trigger. It pulls. This has 2 functions. This allows the trigger to stop and then go, and it moves this one. And this also moves the cylinder over here. It stops the cylinder like so. It's clutched over here. By pulling it, so the pellet goes in. Well, basically, kind of like that. It's supposed to also pull this thing as well. Like it's supposed to pull this. It's pulling the thing. Anyhow, let's take this thing off. Alright, so there. See that? See that? When you pull it off, this thing latches over to this hinge over there. So if you pull this thing, it will automatically pull. It will actually, yeah, basically it will automatically put it will automatically reload over here, and then this one pumped with air will be with air pressure now will be when triggered will be released and then pushing that air over towards the BB, as you can see over there. This one. When you jam your gun, if you jam your gun, the part that will be breaking is, the part that will be breaking is the cylinder, the one that pushes the air inside. That's how it breaks. If you want to increase the strength, the speed of your gun, you'll need to have longer springs. Longer springs means more power, but longer springs also means more stress. The reason why metal guns are stronger and hurts more is because the metal, this one is metal, so therefore they can add more pressure to the spring. Now if you add more pressure to this one, since it's plastic, this thing's gonna break, making your gun useless, rendering your gun useless. So that is how the gun works. If you want to reassemble it once again, so if you want to reassemble it back, here's what you're gonna do. First, focus on the trigger area. On this, make sure that this one is connected to these two. See this? 1, 2, 1, 2 holes. So one extruded point for one hole. And the next you're gonna add is the trigger mechanism. This one, like this. And then the spring goes over here. Where's the spring? There we go. Let's add the spring over here. And if it pops out, try and just reassemble the trigger. Or you can do it vice versa. Do this first, do the trigger mechanism first, and then the trigger. There we go. And make sure to put it back in. You got this one over here. Yeah, actually this is optional. I'll put this on the last one because it's much easier to reassemble the gun without that thing around. And then next, we proceed on with this trigger button. So here is the screw. Let's move that aside. So here is the spring and the trigger. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put it like so, like that. Okay. And then after that, move it at the back. Make sure that it's not falling. Put your hand over here so that it doesn't fall. And then it's oriented in this position, like so. There we go. This. Yeah, make sure to grip it like so. There we go. So it's gonna remain there with if as long as you don't stress the base. If you put stress on the base or move it a little, it'll pop right out. Put the magazine reloader. Make sure that see this part here. Make sure to put that over here like so. That side of the gun is finished. Let's put that aside. It's wrapped around there tightly. Okay, so here in the spring, what you're gonna do is, if it doesn't come off, great. Don't remove it. If it does come off, try to spring it like so. Apparently, the spring destroyed the part there. So be careful when you're doing that. Spin it counterclockwise. Yeah, spin it clockwise. Going from the right. Now, once you have that spring on the other base, we're going back to the main one. So here, let this be remained upward. Yeah, and then connect the spring to the magazine properly while making sure that the magazine is staying on the same position. After that, press it. Spit. I heard it pop out. Look at this one. Here, if you put it there, yeah, make sure to so this is what popped out. The trigger. Okay. Now, if you're ever having problems like so, here we missed the trigger. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna re-pop it open once again. Yeah, that's a great thing about this one. It stays there. Appropriate. Everything is in place. Now put the spring back on the mechanism. Once again, another trial and error. Make sure everything's in place. Put the base back. Make sure that the magazine is inside. And then on this part here, clamp the bottom first, and then the trigger. Next, or lastly, is the trigger mechanism over there. Yeah, push it like so, and then everything goes right. Now, before you put everything in place, make sure that the magazine button works. If it doesn't work, then it means you gotta check inside what's going on. If it doesn't work, grab a screw or a pry. Where's my other screw? Yeah, there we go. And then push it back in its cage, like that. There. Now it's working. All right. Now once you got it back, it's time for us to screw the damn thing. Put the weight in. You know the way. There you go. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Keeps going like that. So make sure to press. Keep pressing on this one. This is the most nuisance, the most pet peeve of them all. Okay, grab it like so, and then there we go. Now put it back in. Screw everything in. I don't suggest to screw this part here first, because remember we're gonna put it back in. Now, once you're happy with the screws, oops, almost there. Let's put the whole mechanism inside. So, let's put this thing on. Oh no. Before you put it back in, I almost forgot. The cylinder will sometimes take off. So what you're going to do is that you're going to connect, the cylinder here has 4 holes. What you're going to do is you're going to connect these 4 holes towards these holes, or these pointers. And connect that like so. Connect it like this one. Yeah. It's kind of hard to connect it. That's why some of the guns have loose cylinders. Anyhow, that's how you're gonna do it. If you can glue stick this, it would be great, but I don't advise it. All right. So by the way, it's supposed to look like this one. Yeah, the other end. The long pointy thing is at this part here, at the back. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna see that it's not supposed to follow like that. We're gonna use our screw, so like so, and then yeah, there we go. Now it's connected. Okay. So where's the spring? Where's the spring? There we go. Alright, so you got it in. Once you got that in, you gotta put this thing in. You gotta put this thing in. Like that. Alright, now that's in. And then, oh, before you put it back, you have to open it up, put the screws inside. Alright, so there. Or you can screw first this one, these two first. You might break the plastic. There you go. Make sure that it's opened wide like so. And the last screw is on the other side. There. You can put it back in. And then the last screw should be there. What's next is to put the weights back in. Alright, so this goes like this. This thing goes like that. Yep. Okay. Yeah, there. Yeah, like this one. It's supposed to go like this. There we go. Grab your Allen wrench, Allen key. Grab your Allen key. Okay, there we go. It's tight. No, yes. There you go. It allows you to have a better steady hands. Yeah, there we go. Now, nice. All right, look at this. You can add more oil. You can try and add more oil. Disassemble it. Add more oil inside this part here, so that it compresses the air better. Yeah, this is what broke it. You know, it's supposed to have a single pressure here and a nozzle over there, but because it jammed, this is what broke it. So I hope you liked it. Yeah, let's try and apparently we already tested. So, okay, look, let's try it one more time. Look at the speed.